Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about something I don't think I've talked much about before, and that is difficult conversations, avoiding them, and why we probably shouldn't avoid them. So I'm sure you've got friends or family, as I have, who appear never to disagree. And some people even boast about it. You know, we've been married all these years and we've never had an argument. I may be being a bit pessimistic, but my view is that the only reason they don't disagree is probably because they are not dealing with any issues in their relationship, almost just skating along the surface, not ever going down deep. And you can say, well, what's the matter with doing that? What's the problem with doing that? The problem is that generally that's not sustainable. It might be sustainable for years and years, but often when something difficult hits the relationship, then all the things that haven't been dealt with come to the surface and just make the situation worse. So it's actually better to not bury the things that are annoying you about the person you're in a relationship with, be it a friend or a partner, but bringing it to the surface and having a discussion about it and attempting to resolve it. And if it's unresolvable, then you maybe have a hard decision to make, but at least you know you don't go for years and years and years just being happily floating along, and then all of a sudden everything crashes about you. The other example I'm going to give, which if you've got or had teenage children will be very familiar, and that is dealing with teenagers. And avoiding the difficult conversation there is often to do with, you know, they're a bit volatile and you really do not want to get into it now. You really do not want to have the reaction, the eruption that's going to come from them if you have that difficult conversation. And it's very easy, I can remember doing this, to think, well, I'll wait until things are nice and calm and quiet and then we'll have a sensible conversation. And yes, I did that sometimes and generally it worked. But quite often we just don't get to that point, or there's never a calm, quiet space. In which case, what tends to happen there, and this will happen much earlier than with the previous example, is you get to the point where you've had enough, or they get even worse, or both, and then there is a big eruption and a big row and everybody gets very upset. So, advice then, as I've already mentioned, pick your moment. If you think there's an issue, and that applies to any kind of relationship, if you think there's an issue, pick the right moment when you can have a calm and hopefully quiet conversation, but be prepared for the other person to react, and decide how you're going to keep calm and to help them to keep calm so that you can have a good discussion. How do you help yourself keep calm? Well, as I probably say every week, use the deep breathing. Breathing in slowly and evenly for a count of 6, and out slowly and evenly from a count of 6, making sure you're using your diaphragm and breathing from your belly. And you can do that while you're listening, and keeping yourself calm will help you to stay in the conversation and hopefully help you bring the other person down to a slightly calmer state where you can come to some resolution. However, I'm going to also post a link to a colleague who specialises in this stuff, specialises in it with a great deal of experience. And so if you are really struggling with having difficult conversations in any type of relationship or situation, then I would suggest have a look at her Facebook page. She's written a brilliant book, and, you know, just see if she can help you. Okay then, Best of luck with those difficult conversations, and I shall see you again next week. Bye.